What's up, everybody? This is Molly Rulin reporting live from ShePodcast in Atlanta, Georgia, representing Heartcast Media and Podcast Outfitters. And I am sitting here today with my new friend. Please introduce yourselves. Tell everybody who you are.
Sure. So I'm Nancy Allen, and I have a podcast called Tale of the Bell.
Excellent. I'm going to turn your volume up a little bit just in case they can't hear you. Excellent. So tell me more about your podcast.
So my podcast is specifically for incest survivors. And we talk about their personal stories, and then we talk about a specific topic that their personal story may relate to. And then to be a beacon of hope, we then talk about where are they now, what practical tips might they give to other survivors. And if we talk about a technical topic, then I may bring on an expert to explain. Like, for example, I did a one on dissociation. So the survivor was talking about what their personal experience was, and I would then brought an expert in, clinician in, who then talked about what's actually happening with the brain during that process.
That's incredible. That's a like pretty heavy subject matter, but so important. And being able to talk about like our trauma and pain always makes it easier, to get through it and feel like you're not alone. So that's really amazing that you're doing this work. I'm sure it can be trying, but I'm sure it can also be very rewarding as well.
Absolutely. I mean, I had to be in a good space for myself to be able to do that.
Right.
But it's been so rewarding just hearing and connecting at a different level with mainly women, but a couple of men that have just kind of reclaimed their life after this trauma.
Yeah, absolutely. So what inspired you to get into that space?
So clearly my personal experience.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm a father-daughter incest survivor. I was abused from the time that I was 13 until my early 20s.
Oh, wow.
I was in foster care for a little bit with a kinship foster care placement and then given back. This is late 70s, so different time playing.
100%.
Yeah, it's like my father absolutely admitted what had happened and really wasn't punished at all. So basically was given the same kind of treatment that I was, meaning court-ordered therapy and to be removed from the house. So I walked away from that thinking it was my fault.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, so everyone has their own story, and everyone's story is different, but there's a way to connect at a level that survivor to survivor understand each other.
Yeah, I mean, wow, that's really powerful. I'm so sorry that all happened. That sounds horrible, but it seems like you've really turned that into an opportunity to help other people get through that kind of trauma, which is really wonderful and impressive and inspiring.
Thank you.
The world is slightly a better place when people care, right? When they invest enough to share whatever it is that got them through those hard times for themselves and share that with other people. And I feel like that's the only way we're all going to make it, right? Is if we feel some sort of connection to one another.
Absolutely.
For whatever reason.
Yeah. I call it Yana. Y-A-N-A. You are not alone. Yana.
Oh, I like that. That's
and it's
really
actually
nice.
the name of my dog. So.
Oh, that's really yeah. Thank God for my dog. I'm never alone either. I love that little muffin. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. I really like that. You should put that on a shirt or something.
Yeah.
So how long have you been doing this podcast?
So the podcast has been live since the end of March of this year. So not too long, but it's been amazingly well received, and it's very niche, clearly.
Yeah.
But it's while it's intended for survivors specifically, I think it can also help people that just maybe trying to support a survivor or a spouse or someone who's in a relationship and just really needs to understand what's happening.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, it is very niche, but that's good because that's a very specific space.
Yeah.
And so people would want to feel safe in that space
Exactly.
and around other people that match that same, intention.
Yep.
And I think, niche content is good, right? Like it's not going to be for everybody, and that's fine. It doesn't need to be for everybody.
Yep.
How many episodes have you done so far?
So I have 16 episodes published. I've got another,
When did you start?
March.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
What are you doing, every 2 weeks?
I'm trying to do every week, but I took some time off in the summer.
I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah.
That's really...
But it's amazing. I have probably another 7 or 8 already recorded it's amazing that once it gets out there, how many people just like, I'm a survivor, can I be on your show? Because I also allow my guests to be, it's all just audio, so there's no video. And
which is good, that helps.
And I allow pseudonyms. So
Yeah.
that, this is an opportunity to kind of step into your own healing as well by being able to share your story. And I allow my guests to be in control of their own story.
Right.
So when I finish, I do some editing, but when I finish editing, I send it back to them. And if they don't want it to go live, okay, I spent a couple hours with somebody that I was talking to, and that's okay.
And that is so important, to show that respect to those people who are being so vulnerable and so brave, and just allowing them to be in the driver's seat, because that's part of the whole issue, right? Is like not
control.
having autonomy over their body or their space or whatever. So you giving that to them in that process as well as a voice is so powerful and so important. You are clearly a very loving and kind and special human being, and the planet is lucky to have you.
Thank you so much.
For real. So thank you very much. Please tell people, where they can find your podcast, how they can be supportive, what they can do to help the mission.
So the podcast is out on basically anywhere the podcasts are, and it's called Tail, meaning Tail, of the bell, Bell, meaning it's the tail end of the life experiences bell curve. It's the extreme diversity of what's happened to folks. So I'm in my corporate world, I'm an actuary, so I'm a math geek, so that's how it collided. But
amazing.
It's anywhere, and my website is also www.tailthebell.com.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us. I appreciate everything that you're doing. Keep up the good work. And if there's anything that, Heartcast Media or podcast operators can do to help elevate your voice and your mission, please let me know. I'd be happy to do so.
We'll be looking out for some equipment, so thank you so much.
I'm happy to help with that. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.